What do you do for a living? Are you a dentist, a physician, a waiter, a landscaper, an architect? I mean, that's what you do. But what do you actually do? Basically, if you're really good at what you do, you give people hope. You give them a gift. Charles Revson, the founder of Revlon Cosmetics, said, "We don't sell cosmetics, we sell hope." I thought that was brilliant. Charles Revson was one of the founders, not only of the cosmetics firm, but he was one of the founders of the supermodels. Lauren Hutton, the woman with the gap tooth, was his model. She was the first $1 million a year supermodel. He was able to elevate cosmetics to an extremely high level. Actually, they sell more in cosmetics a year than they do in dentistry, believe it or not. And it doesn't even make anybody healthier. It just makes them look good. We in dentistry are really fortunate. We not only restore people to health and function, we get them, make them look better as well. That's why at every one of my first visits, I say 3 things to a patient after I tell them this. 1, you're in the right place. And 2, we're going to improve your health, we're going to improve your function, and we're going to improve your aesthetics. What does that do for a patient at their first visit? Because you know this, or I think you know this, that most of our patients come in to see us filled with fear and anxiety. They're afraid that we're going to hurt them. They don't know how much we know. They don't know how much it's going to cost. They don't know if we're any good at what we do, despite the fact that maybe their family and friends have been here to see us. It doesn't matter what their family and friends, what their experience has been. What matters is that we're going to be great for them that day. And even if you've treated them before, they're going to say, "Is that doctor in a good mood today? What did you eat this morning?" You know, patients frequently say to me, are you in a good mood today? They'll say something like, "Did you have a good night's sleep?" And I say to them, I go, "Do you think that matters?" Because whether I ate well or slept well or exercised or had a good day at home, it shouldn't matter because I'll only have one opportunity to do this procedure for you, and it shouldn't matter if I had a good night's sleep. I should be consistent. But patients don't know that. I have to give them the hope that they're in the right place and make them feel comfortable and relaxed and free of fear. And that's a tall order. It's not easy for us. But I also want to give them a future that is more positive than their past. Ben Hardy, the author, wrote a book called Your Future Vision Now. And what he talked about in that book was to imagine a future that's very positive. And I do this today after I read that book. I start to create a future that's more positive than the one I have now, and I try to live into that. So if I want to accomplish anything, and it could be like running a marathon or doing a certain type of a lecture or creating a relationship with somebody that I think that I can't create one with because they're so far out of my league or in another country or whatever, I imagine myself in that relationship or completing that goal before I do that. And it's sort of a cool thing to do because it's a mindfulness exercise. So the future that I see actually becomes reality if I can start to believe in it and do the things that's necessary. Our patients, on the other hand, don't practice that. They come in scared to death. And a lot of my colleagues say, "Well, the patient didn't do what I wanted them to do, etc." Of course they're not going to do what you want them to do. They're going to do what they want to do. It's our goal to be able to guide the patients down the path that's in their best interest. Because a lot of patients don't know what's in their best interest. If they did, they wouldn't be in our offices. So at that initial visit, I don't sell dentistry. I sell hope. I give them the hope of a brighter future. I give them the hope that they're in the right place, that everything is going to work out very well. So next time someone asks you, "What do you do for a living?" Don't say, "I'm a dentist." Don't say, "I'm a gardener." Don't say, "I'm a physician." Don't say, "I'm a lawyer." Don't say, "I'm an architect." Don't say, "I'm a videographer." Saying, "I'm someone that gives people a brighter future." It's a whole different way of looking at what we do, on a daily basis. And I think that's pretty cool. So every day I go to work, I'm thinking I'm going to improve the future of the people that I get a chance to serve. And I do that by first giving them hope. And of course, I got to be competent enough to be able to do the procedures that I talk about doing. That's a given. But most of us are pretty good at doing that stuff. What most of us are not that good at is having this important conversation with every patient that we meet and taking the time to do that. Early in my career, I wasn't very good at that. I was just thinking about myself and the procedures and how cool I was going to be if I showed this big procedure on a podium or to my friends. But the patients don't care about that. They care about getting a healthier, better future with good cosmetics and great function. And if it can do it, pain-free. That's our goal. And it's a great gift that we have to do on a daily basis for our patients. So be the gift, give people hope, and have a great day.